Hello friends, welcome back to the Mothership. Today we are smoking up a pork shoulder with an Asian style rub. Then we are making these absolutely beautiful looking pulled pork bao buns. Let's get started. First things first, here is our pork butt. Let's get it out of the Cryovac and see what we're working with. This is a shoulder, by the way. Now all I want to do here is pull this skin off. I'll use it for something else in the future. Alright, with that pesky skin removed, now we just want to give it a light trim. I'm going to bring the fat down just a little bit here. Alright, now in general, I'd say that's pretty good. So, step one here, guys. After we get it all trimmed down, we are going to salt it. I'm sure you knew that was coming if you watched any of my videos, but I like to salt everything before I put any other seasoning on. That lets me dial in the salt, lets me know that I have the amount of salt I want in there, so it's going to be nice and juicy. For pork butt, I'm going to use a ratio of a little over 1/2 teaspoon per pound of meat. There is a big bone in there, so we don't need to go much more than that, but that gets you where you want to go. Now we also are going to put sauce in these later, which is obviously going to add a little more saline as well. And by saline, I mean salinity. I just can't talk, it's early. Alright, now what we do, we throw it onto a wire rack, and it goes back in the fridge till all this salt is absorbed. And while it's doing that, we will get a rub together. Now for our rub today, we're going to start with a whole bunch of paprika, some brown sugar, chili powder flakes, some cumin, some garlic powder, some ground mustard, and lastly some black pepper. Just get it all nice and mixed together, and boom, that's what's going onto our pork shoulder. All of our salt has been absorbed, which means we can put on our rub. Now as you can tell, I'm not using a binder. The salt that we put on there drew out enough moisture where it's nice and tacky surface already. I've kind of stopped using binders altogether, but if you're going to use one, since we are going with kind of an Asian flair here, maybe soy sauce, something like that would be interesting. But that would add a bunch more salt, so I'm not sure I'd want to do that. Either way, not necessary. We just want to get all this onto the meat. Pro tip, by the way, which I did not do here, if you put a wet paper towel underneath your cutting board, it keeps it from doing this. But I didn't do that because I'm not smart right now. And there we are. So this is good to go. You can put it back in your fridge if you're not ready to cook yet, but for me, I'm going to get my kettle up and running, and we're going to toss this on. All right, we've reached temperature. I just tossed our pork shoulder on. So this is how I'm going to run it. I have the kind of the bonier side, actually it's right here. I need to flip that around. But you want to have your bonier side towards the flame or your fat or anything like that, just to protect the meat. This needs to get flipped. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to just keep chunking on some wood, get some smoke on there, and I'm going to keep repeating this until our bark sets, which will be probably a couple hours. We're a little over 4 hours now. You can see our pork butt, our shoulders coming along nicely. Bark hasn't set yet, so I don't need to worry about anything. If it starts to get a little dry, you could definitely spritz it. My usual go-to is hard apple cider, light beer works, regular apple cider, water. Everybody has their own ideas, but this is still looking nice and moist. I'm gonna let it keep doing its thing. My general plan when it comes to pork shoulder, pork butt, I wrap it when we hit the stall, so that's usually around 165, 170. You know, you could run it all the way through. That just takes a lot longer. Once you've got your bark set, I think it's perfectly fine to just wrap it. But right now, just gonna keep monitoring it, keep throwing on smoke, let it keep doing its thing. About 6.5 hours in, and I think we've hit the stall at this point. Internal temperature is about 175. So I'm going to take this in and I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to use apple cider vinegar. Usually I put sugar in there as well, but since we're using barbecue sauce here, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to add a little bit of butter. But this is going to come off. This is going to go in tinfoil. All right, this pork shoulder hit its 200 point, and most importantly, everything probed nice and tender. So this is ready to go. To be fair, I took this off and I put it into my toaster oven at about 130 degrees and left it there for about 3 hours. That gave it enough time for everything to just come back together, cool off a bit. Everything obviously is going to keep cooking a little bit, but you can see we've accumulated a whole bunch more moisture in there. That's just the fat from this cut here. But it's time to pull this. So this is not a pork butt, so instead we have the entire shoulder piece in here, which we're going to pull out. Yeah, so you can see the ball joint right there. But everything is coming exactly like I wanted it to. Nice and easy to pull apart. Basically, just want to look for anything cartilagey or funky. Doesn't seem like that's going to be a problem here. All right, so I just want to break apart all these big pieces of meat. We've got a really nice bark on there. That's going to be great. Now, in general, I do tend to try and get the pork butt instead of the shoulder. But sometimes, you know what, you get what you're offered. And in this case, the only thing they had available to me was to get a pork shoulder. The picnic cut is a bit of a pain because you do have to take care of the skin on top. But that's not really a big problem, especially if you want to keep the skin, because you can use it for crackling later, which is what we are going to do. I put it into a freezer bag, and I'll vacuum seal it, and I'll use that at some point in the future. But we're just going to pull all this apart. You know, the pork butt has a little bit more marbling in there, so it's tender, or it has more of that fat. But in general, if you're slow cooking all this stuff, they're all fantastic. These are both great cuts of meat for pulled pork. And the good thing about a shoulder is you do have a couple more spots or more pieces of meat, different cuts of meat that go into that, you know, one cut that the butcher does for you. So if you're trying to do that kind of whole hog taste where you got some leaner stuff, some fattier stuff, the shoulder tends to have more of that than the butt, which is all kind of just that ultra marbled fatty piece. So you get different bites, I guess is what I'm saying, out of a shoulder versus a butt. All right, now it looks pretty good to me. Honestly, in general, guys, this is a pretty perfect pork butt here. You can see we got some nice smoke ring in there. We had nice pieces of our bark on there. All of this is going to be fantastic. May as well give it a little taste test while we're here, just to see how we did. Now, for my cook today, guys, I'm going with Bao Buns. I'm doing a kind of a Japanese style pulled pork instead of just doing your standard sandwiches. So I am making some Bao Buns right now. I have a recipe. I did this maybe about a year ago. I will absolutely link both that video and the recipe down below. They're super easy to make. And if you have a steamer, you can't beat Bao Buns. But what we're going to do here, we're going to put some Japanese barbecue sauce in. Now, this might be a first time on the UFO barbecue, but I'm not using a homemade barbecue sauce. We're using the standard original Japanese barbecue sauce that you can find pretty much at every grocery store. This is a soy sauce, kind of barbecue sauce. It's kind of interesting. It's basically like a soy teriyaki type thing with a little bit of tomato sauce. At some point, I'll make my own version of it, but it's pretty good as it is right here. So we're just gonna go with the tried and true. Since we're doing a kind of an Asian style meal tonight, we did our nice Asian style rub. We've got our pulled pork, we're doing bao bun. I'm gonna do a little Asian style slaw, which is basically just take some coleslaw and put some Japanese barbecue sauce in there. And this barbecue sauce is gonna go all into our pork. Get it nice and coated down. Now, like I said, this is kind of a teriyaki style sauce if you've never done it. I highly recommend giving it a try. It is very unique compared to you know, your standard barbecue sauces. It does have a bit more sugar than I like in most of my barbecue sauces. Like I said, at some point I'll make my own, but this is what we're gonna go with here. And I think honestly at this point, it's time to steam my bao buns, and let's give this the old-fashioned chomp. Now, the pork shoulder was an easy one, guys. To be honest, I cooked faster than a lot of ones I've done in the past. I think we got it done in about 8 hours. It was about 8 pounds. It was about an hour a pound. Average cook temperature was like 250-ish, a little bit lower than that. So honestly, pretty reasonable cook for me. The rub is a pretty standard affair for me, except we added a bunch more spices using those chili flakes. If you wanted to, you could absolutely use chili powder or sort of anything that's a little bit spicier if you want that kick. But the real star today is going to be this Japanese barbecue sauce, which adds in that soy flavor and a bunch of just different, more Japanese spices than you get with the normal barbecue sauce. As I mentioned earlier, it is a little weird for me to use something commercial, but this is a really good sauce and I really enjoy it. At some point, I'll come out with my own one, but for now, it's gonna be really good on these bao buns. Now, the bao buns, guys, like I said before, I have shown this entire recipe on the channel at some point, maybe last year. It's not super difficult to make. The only annoying thing is you probably want to have a bamboo steamer, but again, those are like 15 bucks on Amazon. You just need to have one in advance, but then making them is super easy. All the ingredients I'm sure you already have in your cabinet. They take about 15 minutes to put together. The only time consuming piece is like 2 hours to let the dough just proof, but that's standard with dough. But in general, you come out with this nice fluffy bun. On this one, we got a little bit of coleslaw that I added some of our sauce to, and then some pulled pork underneath it. Pulled pork has a great smoke ring. It's got a great crust on there. It's gonna be fantastic. But most importantly, this is what we're working with, and I think it's time for me to give the old-fashioned chomp. So here we go. Can't beat that. Fluffy buns, delicious pulled pork, some nice slaw, and the sauce is great. Honestly, can't complain on this one. If you guys are looking to do something different with your pulled pork, absolutely give this one a try. Especially if you like Asian food like I do. Soy sauce is basically a lifeline into my body at this point. I do soy sauce on almost everything. Even if it's not on the channel, we're usually cooking with some sort of soy. And my favorite food for takeout is always gonna be Chinese food. So I'm a big fan of the Asian flavor, and I love barbecue, obviously. That's why I have this channel. If you guys are interested, absolutely give this one a try. I'll have a link down below to the barbecue sauce, to a steamer if you want it, and I'll have the recipe for the buns. But this is a really good one. Love to know if you guys actually end up making it. But most importantly, you guys need to tell me what you're cooking down below and get out there and cook something absolutely fantastic. And I'll catch you on the next UFO barbecue. Bye-bye.